Hello, everyone. Today, we need to sit down and talk about a critical turning point in the David and Celeste case. And the most shocking part? This time, the information doesn't come from the LAPD, the very people who should be leading the fight for justice. Instead, it comes from an independent private investigator who has uncovered evidence that has left the public stunned. I honestly don't know what the LAPD is doing, from their silence to their insistence on targeting the victim's family instead of the main suspect. People are now mocking them as nothing more than David's protection squad. Thankfully, outside the police's reach, there are still people willing to dig for the truth. This private investigator spoke with neighbors, pulled records from the impound lot, and pieced together a detailed timeline of the Tesla, the same car where Celeste's body was found. And this timeline raises some very serious questions. Let's walk through it, step by step. On August 26th, neighbors reported a black Tesla Model X, parked for days, with a noticeable dent in the rear. Strangely, they never reported any foul odor. That's significant, because if Celeste's body had already been inside, decomposition would have produced a strong smell. Yet the report said nothing about it. On August 27th, police checked the car. They slapped a citation on the windshield. Again, no mention of odor. By September 3rd, the car was still sitting there and got a second ticket. Still no smell. On September 5th, the Tesla was towed to the impound lot. And only on September 8th did staff report an overwhelming stench. When they opened the front trunk, they found Celeste's body, severely decomposed. So what do we see from this timeline? From August 26th to September 8th, nearly 2 weeks, nobody noticed anything. A body in 85 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit outdoor heat, inside a sealed car that could reach 120 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, and no one smelled a thing? Personally, that makes no sense. And the investigator agrees. That leaves two possibilities. One, Celeste was only placed in the car shortly before it was towed. Or two, she was kept elsewhere, possibly frozen, and only later put in the Tesla. If the second is true, this was no spontaneous act. It was premeditated. Now, let's talk science. In that heat, a body would typically decompose in 4 to 7 days. But Teslas are airtight, trapping odors inside, making it harder for outsiders to detect. That explains part of it, but not the nearly 2 weeks of silence. If she was there from the start, by August 27th, or at least by September 3rd, the smell should have been undeniable. Why wasn't it noted? Was Celeste moved? Was this scene staged? And don't forget, Teslas aren't just cars. They're rolling surveillance systems. With dash cams and sentry mode, they record everything nearby. People have been caught just for tapping one. So why, in a case this serious, have we seen no footage? Two explanations. The data was overwritten due to limited storage, or David, who owned the car, disabled the system. Personally, I don't buy coincidence. If the footage is gone, someone erased it. And if LAPD isn't releasing it, we have to ask, who are they protecting? What about that dent in the back? Who caused it? Could it be tied to Celeste's death? The Tesla was found only 100 feet from David's rental house, far too close to be a coincidence. Who would be reckless enough to dump a body so close to their home? Only someone confident they'd never be caught. And yet, the LAPD still says, "We're not sure this is a criminal case." Excuse me? A teenage girl found in a car's trunk. and you hesitate to call it a crime? At this point, it feels less like investigative failure and more like deliberate cover-up. And anyone can see they're trying to redirect public anger toward Celeste's family, saying she ran away often, that the family was dysfunctional. But the truth is, the LAPD ignored multiple missing person calls. They dismissed her as a runaway. They had chances to save her, and didn't. Now, when the story has exploded, they're trying to pass the blame. To me, this is the police washing their hands of responsibility. They want to make the family the scapegoat instead of admitting they failed to protect a child. But the facts remain. Celeste's body was inside a Tesla, registered to David. The car was parked just steps from his rental. And yet, David is still not named the primary suspect. So what are we left with? A timeline full of contradictions. A Tesla that might hide smells, but might also be hiding the truth. A camera system that should have recorded everything, but conveniently has no footage. A suspicious dent. And a police force acting more like David's shield than the guardians of justice. The questions I leave you with are these. Who actually put Celeste in that Tesla? What evidence is being buried? And why is the LAPD behaving as though David is the one who needs protection?